Hello brothers and sisters, Derek here. I'm here to remind us of our birthright of happiness. So today I'm talking about gifts that we receive in our lives. Some people call these manifestations, some people call these miracles. I would argue that us being alive today is a miracle. So I have a few examples of gifts, of good things that have happened to me that could be called a miracle if you ask any mathematician or someone who could work out the actual chances of these things happening to me. And so the video is not going to be that long. A gift is something that you get in your life. Now, we're so used to getting things in our life, having food in the refrigerator. When we go to the supermarket, we desire something. We want bread, and we go to the supermarket and the bread is there because we've created these systems for our own security to make sure that everything is there for us when we need it. And so hunters and gatherers, or people that would hunt in the forest, kind of got used to the kind of dangerous way of living where, or I would say dangerous, where it's not quite sure whether or not they're going to get their food, whether or not they're going to get their animal or their harvest. So in modern society, when everything is just on a platter for us and we've created these systems where everything just works out, we begin to lose sight of the gratefulness when the gifts are present, when we are given our food. So there's three different things that happened to me recently, and I'm sure there's so many other things that I just don't recall, but these things happened when that I remember, and I was able to recall them when I was talking to somebody, one of my friends, about miracles, gifts, manifestations, whatever you want to call it. So I was in Tokyo, I was living in Tokyo, and I saw this girl on TV, and I thought, oh, she's cute. And for some reason I took a picture, I don't know why. And I only realized like a few weeks ago that I had the picture on my phone, that I actually took a picture. And I thought to myself, I would like to meet her. So about a week later I was walking in the subway, and I don't know how many people you know are in Tokyo. There's quite a lot of people. It's the biggest populated city in the world, right? I went into the subway, I saw some girl on the platform, and I asked her for directions or something like that, and we started talking, and she told me she was into fashion, and somehow we were talking for like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. She eventually told me that she was on TV recently, and I said, oh really? And then she showed me a picture of herself on TV, and it was so interesting. I'm like, oh, that's you. I actually wanted to meet you, and I saw you on TV about a week ago. And yeah, we kept in touch. She's from Macau. She invited me to travel with Macau whenever I have time. I haven't done it yet, but so that's just one thing. So if I tell you that, and if you imagine what are the odds of that happening, of course, if there's nothing to our world, and if everything has just happened by chance, and if we're here by chance, and if nothing happens for a reason, then the odds of that happening is very slim. Okay, so let me give you another example. I was with my friend. She showed me a YouTube channel called Chica's English or something like that. It was my first time that I've heard of it, and it's basically it's bilingual. Chica bilingual, maybe. It was the first time I've heard of it, and I saw the person, and I said, oh, interesting. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't want to meet this person or anything in particular. But the very next day, I went out to, I believe it's called Miyajima. It's like an island where there's these deer that approach you and like try to eat your food and stuff. And there's some nice sights and stuff. That's what I remember, the deer. Anyway, and I saw her. I saw the YouTuber, and I said, hey, I know you. My friend told me about you yesterday. Can I take a picture with you? She said, yeah. So here's the picture. And when I put it on my Facebook, I had a lot of my Japanese friends commenting like, wow, you know Chica. I'm like, no, I heard about her like 2 days ago, and then I met her yesterday. Now, these are examples of things that I didn't really necessarily want or care about, but I'm glad they happened because of a reminder, because of lessons that it teaches me, that there's so many things, there's things happening, there's gifts that are being given to us that it could be there to teach us lessons. It could be there to simply remind us that there's more than this illusion of coincidence, right? Or this illusion of no miracles. Let me tell you another thing that happened, and this is just one example that I remember. I was in Japan. I was shooting my movie. I might have mentioned that in another video. And basically I had to, my visa was running out, but I still had a few days of shooting left the next month. My work visa was running out, and I needed to get a job that would sponsor my visa in order to allow me to stay there in order to finish my movie. And I found a job like on the day that my visa was going to expire. They even told me like they knew that my visa was going to expire, and so they thought like this could seem like I'm just trying to get the visa, which is true, but somehow I was able to get the job like right on the day. So I did an interview, and the other thing is that I did an interview on that day like in the morning, and then I told them about my visa situation, and they thought they usually don't hire people like in this situation where they just need a visa, but they hired me. And as soon as I got all the documentation, they sped up the process, and I went and I applied for my visa on the very last day that I could do it, so that I could finish my movie, so that I could have more money in my account, so that I could blah blah blah, so I could do what I want to do, right? Okay, those are 3 examples of just gifts that have happened to me, that have been given to me. I thought about not really talking about this, but I decided I might as well talk about it, just to kind of talk about it, get it off my chest. Basically, I decided to come to Canada. I've always wanted to live in Vancouver, and it's not as easy as it seems, especially during COVID. So usually, Americans can just come to Canada on a visitor visa. They can start networking. They probably won't have a job for a while, but they can network and they could find something to get them a job to allow them to stay here. When I came here, I thought, I'm just going to come here and I'm going to network and I'm going to try to get a work visa. So when I came here, I saw an ad on Craigslist for a job. I reached out. It's a small business owner, and he said, hey, can you meet me on Saturday? I'm like, okay. We were talking about what he wants and what he's doing with his business and how I can help. And then eventually he said, I can help you with your work visa. And I was like, really? And it's like so perfect. Like, how amazing is that this guy's going to help me with my work visa? That's something that can take months, to do. It's not going to be like he's just going to do it for, charity. He's not going to do it just to help me out. I'm still going to be able to, I'm going to do some stuff for him because I work in video. So I'm going to make videos for him. I'm going to do some marketing for a while for him, and maybe some work as well, just general work. So I think that's amazing that I was able to, I think it was just like one ad that I replied, that I sent a message to, and I sent my resume to. And the fact that he met me and that it's a business owner who is willing to sponsor my visa when I really need it. And I really need it now because I am actually running out of time, and I guess I'll just keep you up to date and I'll let you know what happened, and it'll be interesting to see this video from now. I know for a fact, especially in my life, that we are meant to look at life as a child. We are meant to say yes in our soul to the gifts that come our way. Even if it's a belief that great things are coming your way, or that your dreams are going to come true, that you have dreams for a reason. It's like when you tell a child, hey, Santa loves you and he's going to give you good gifts. They say, yay, I'm so happy, and they just accept it. I would argue that that's how we're supposed to be. And in fact, our bodies disagree with us when our heart is not in that place. It can be a slow, chronic stress that you have, which does lead to health problems. Or it can be like a short-term stress where you're just losing hope. Look at how when people retire, they tend to die a lot faster because they tend to lose hope and to lose purpose. And when you lose hope, it's like you're losing your spirit. Your spirit is what's really powering your body. What I'm trying to get to is that we're meant to be hopeful, happy. We're meant to accept gifts that come our way and to anticipate good gifts. And it is something that I'm struggling with right now because I do have a tight deadline, and I'm just trying to believe that this gift is going to come. And the other thing that I have to do, which I have to remind myself, is to not be attached to it. I feel a little bit on edge, or I don't feel exactly as relaxed as I ought to because of this situation. But I know that it's going to work out, and I know that this or something greater is in store for me, and either way, I'm taken care of. So I'm glad I was able to give you real examples of my life, stuff that has happened before, and then an example of what's happening right now. and then I'll keep you updated on what happens, how it turns out. And take care.